Hi guys! In this video I want to talk about introverts. Who can you really call an introvert? Facts you didn't know about them. And finally, world-famous introverts who achieved huge success in different areas of life, including acting. This video will be interesting not only to introverts, but also to extroverts who want to know something more about their opposite. So let's get started with the first question. Who can you really call an introvert? They say that introverts are quiet, shy people who prefer to stay at home, avoid communication with other people, and don't want to call any attention to themselves. Let's get clear what of this is truth and what is just a stereotype. American professor Jonathan Chick, who studied this topic very closely, says that there are 4 types of introverts. Those 4 types are social, thinking, anxious, and restraining. Social introverts, in his opinion, can be clubby, relaxed, and even chatty within their small group. They thoroughly choose people surrounding them and can only truly reveal themselves when they feel comfortable. They can get away without communication for quite a long time, however, they still need to be around people, watch them, feel that they just are a part of community. Thinking introverts devote much time to their thoughts, obviously, to their inner world and self-analysis. Other people say about them that they live in a world of dreams and fantasies. And this is normal because introverts perceive the world in a different way and get creation energy differently. They have a good intuition and become successful in creative professions. Doing work upon strict regulations is difficult for them. Anxious introverts are lonely by nature because they don't feel cozy among other people. They often are misunderstood by other people and get into embarrassing situations. They feel comfortable when there are certain strict rules for communication with other people, for example, formal events. They always show great consideration and expect the same from other people. And finally, the 4th type, restraining introverts, who can make an impression of kind of slow people. They prefer to first think over everything well and then to share their opinion or take an action. They always need some extra time, for example, after they wake up. Professor Jonathan Chick says that they're like a car, which needs to warm up its engine before it can go. These introverts often make wise and well-thought proposals. Their thinking is clear. So, as you can see, all introverts are different. In my opinion, not all of them are shy people. This is about something else, namely about restoring energy while being alone. Going on, I'd like to tell you some interesting facts you might have not known about introverts. Fact number 1. Many introverts become very successful on stage. At least half of the people performing on stage are introverts. They just use their strengths and prepare very thoroughly. And indeed, many of the world's best actors are introverts. Being on a stage keeps them away from direct one-to-one communication with the audience, which makes it easier for them. Fact number 2. Small talks are exhausting, while philosophic topics are exciting. While a lot of extroverts refill their energy during small talks, for introverts they are boring. They tend not to participate in light conversations, but rather become quiet, and other people think they're great listeners. However, they can get very excited when they can discuss the topics interesting for them in a small group of people whose opinion they value. Fact number 3. Introverts get easily distracted and rarely feel bored. Introverts don't like to work in big open spaces or being surrounded by a lot of people because they easily get distracted. Their working space must be quiet and isolated. They rarely feel bored because they can perfectly entertain themselves while reading a book, watching interesting show, or devoting time to their hobby. Fact number 4. They prefer to take aisle seats or seats closer to exit. Since introverts sometimes feel uncomfortable being surrounded by other people, they do everything they can to leave some free spaces around them. They take seats closer to the exit on the plane or at the concert hall, to be less dependent on others and to be able to leave the premise as soon as they want. Now finally, let's talk about famous introverts. I'd like to start with Emma Watson, world-famous actress. In her interview she says, "It's interesting because people say things to me like, it's really cool that you don't go out and get drunk all the time and go to clubs. And I'm just like, I appreciate that, but I'm kind of an introverted kind of person just by nature. It's not like a conscious choice that I'm making necessarily. I'm genuinely who I am." How do you think, who is number 2 on our list? I bet this would be very complicated to guess, because this is Beyoncé. She is a pop music icon, gathering stadiums all over the world. Her music videos get millions of watches on YouTube. Beyoncé says that she can listen well and likes to watch people, which is why some of them consider her shy. Our third famous introvert is Bill Gates. He was very calm as a child, devoted all his free time to studying, and it gave him great results, as we all know. He says that introverts have a lot of strengths. For example, they can easily go away for a couple of days, not to be distracted by other people, and get a solution for a complicated problem, refuel the creative energy, or look at the situation from another point of view. What world-famous director considers himself an introvert? If you thought of Steven Spielberg, you guessed it right. Even now, he says that it's hard for him to talk to unknown people, he avoids public events and does not read reviews on his own movies. Last but not the least, one more person related to the world of Harry Potter, namely its creator J.k.Rowling. The famous writer is proud to be an introvert and says that only because of that she found her real purpose in life. She also says that giving interview is not an easy job for her, and only recently she learned how to relax a bit while meeting journalists. This is all I wanted to tell you about introverts. Write in the comment section below if you're an introvert and if you found any common features relating to you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next video.